Hey, what's up, everybody? How are you doing tonight? I'm using Google Hangouts to do this. How cool, right? Man, I'm so excited. This is the first time I'm doing this live through Google Hangouts, so I'm very curious to see, gosh, just how this all works and what do I do and all these buttons I can click. Wow, just so many cool things here. So I'm gonna try this first. Check this out. This should be putting my name up and showing my logo and everything. If you're here and you're watching, please chat. Let me know that you're there and you're watching. I appreciate you, and I'm glad that you are here. Make sure that you can hear me okay. Let's see. How do I even get to the chat? Okay, here. That's how I get to the chat. All right. So today in this video, I'm going to ask the question, are you really happy? That's the question at hand. And in this video, if you struggle to answer that question, in this video, I'm going to give you 3 ways to know and to find out if you're really happy. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. So if you are watching, please comment so I can see some comments come through. Are you excited about this topic? Are you happy? Can you answer that question honestly right now? That's what I want to know. Okay, I'm not going to fuss with this. I'm just going to comment and see. So if anybody's watching, please comment so I can make sure that comments are working. If you guys have any questions while I am doing this video, please go ahead and comment. Let me know any questions that you may have, and I will try to answer them while I do my video. Okay. Sorry about the lag here. I'm just figuring out Google Hangouts. I'm usually doing this from my iPad, so it's a little different layout. Okay, so are you really happy? Now, in my book, the reason I came up with this topic is because I have this chapter in my book, Disable Your Disability, and it's called Middle Happy, right? And in this chapter, I talk about the concept of how most of us go through life living at a middle, what I call middle happy, as opposed to being 100% happy. And I propose the idea and I challenge readers to actually think about living at 100% happy. Because when we're 100% happy, that's where transformation happens. And that's where you can start to live the healthy and happy life that you deserve. So that's what I want to talk about. Let's see. I do not see any comments. So, and I just saw my brother Rob, he just said he commented, and I don't see it. So I'm wondering why that's not coming through. Let's see. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Gosh. Like I said, guys, this is the first time I'm using Google Hangouts, so you'll have to excuse me if it looks a little crazy and I'm a little all over the place. But yeah, so anyway, Rob, comment again. Hopefully I'll see it. So are you really happy? If you're happy, comment yes right now. If you're not, comment no, because that's the honest truth. Most of us are not happy. Most of us live at a lower percentage of happy. And this is a problem when it comes to living a healthy and happy life, because if we're not happy, we are not going to do what it takes to live a healthy life, right? Because why are we eating unhealthy foods? Why are we not moving? Because we're depressed, because we're stressed, because we're not happy, right? And my biggest challenge to people is to look at ways to be happy. And first of all, being honest with yourself about your happiness. Are you truly happy? Are you really happy, right? Now, here's 3 ways that I like to use to gauge happiness. And truly this is just the beginning, okay? But this came into my mind because of the chapter in my book, and also on one of the points, I had a conversation with someone, and that really kind of drove me to want to talk about this. So the first point, number one, the first way to know and to measure you're happy and to know if you're happy is how often are you smiling, right? How often do you really genuinely have a smile on your face? And this is the first indicator of happiness, if you're smiling. Because a smile, I mean, it takes some energy that comes from happiness and some positivity. Now, I wrote down a note here, not at people's expense. And what I mean by that is there's a lot of people that will argue this point, and they'll say, well, I smile all the time, right? Well, I know that there's a lot of people out there that will like to make fun of other people, like to crack jokes at other people's expense. And of course, those things will make you smile, right? Maybe you'll watch videos online of people getting hurt, right? And, people crashing on their bikes and doing all sorts of different things. And that stuff makes you smile. But that's not the type of smile that I'm talking about. I'm talking about a smile that is genuinely coming from happiness and coming from something where you want to convey a positive energy towards someone else, right? So how often do you smile? Do you wake up and smile? Or do you wake up and immediately want to hit the snooze button? Or immediately want to go back to sleep? Or immediately you get depressed because you got to go to work? Or you get depressed because you're going to, go to your workout, right? So that's the first thing. How often are you smiling, right? And where is that intention of that smile coming from? So that's the first way to do it. That's number one. And I'll tell you, to be honest, like for myself, I never used to smile. I never used to smile. I mean, even after awesome things would happen in my life, I wouldn't smile. I had a tough time smiling because I truly, now that I look back on it, I truly wasn't happy. So even when really cool, awesome things were happening in my life, I wasn't smiling. And there was even a period of time, I can remember when I met my wife, Thierry. She was big into taking pictures. Now, before I met her, I hated pictures. I would never take pictures. And so when she came along and she started taking a bunch of pictures, like I wouldn't smile in the pictures, right? Number one, because I come from like a hip hop background and I'm an MC, and I used to have to be serious in my pictures, like what up, right? But secondly, I just would never smile in a picture. I didn't like my smile. I don't like my teeth. I felt insecure about the gap in my teeth and how my teeth looked. But then as time went on and, years passed, and I still wouldn't smile in pictures, and you can see it in the pictures that we have, like chronologically through time. And eventually I started to smile, and it started to feel really good. And then things really changed in my life when I went through my transformation, and I started to feel healthier, and then happiness just exploded, and now I smile all the time. Any picture, like, I'm the first one cheesing because I'm so happy to be taking a picture no matter where it's happening or when, right? Definitely, I've gone through this transformation of understanding what that smile means, because it's not just a smile. It's literally like happiness. Like, I'm happy to be talking to you, to be doing this live stream, to be seeing that we got viewers live right now. That's awesome, and I'm so happy about it. So how often do you smile? That's point number one. Point number two, and this is a great way to know how happy you are. How much are you complaining? Okay? How much do you complain about things in your life and throughout your day? Really think about this, okay? And I want you to take a poll or take notes, right, throughout your day. And I want you to see how many times you're complaining throughout your day. Because even though we might be smiling, if we're complaining all the time, are we really happy? Right? And I really thought of this as, I had a conversation with someone who being like 100% happy. I know for a fact that they are slightly on the miserable side. And when I had a conversation with them about being 100% happy, the person's conversation to me was, well, maybe this is what I consider to be happy. And like, I just refused to think that that was possible and that that was the realistic viewpoint of this person. I mean, it was their viewpoint. It was what they're living. But the truth is they weren't and they aren't happy because they're constantly complaining. And this could be from like the smallest things to the biggest things. Okay. So of course there's going to be big things that happen in life, and we're going to complain about them, and maybe we get a little weirded out. I mean, again, I used to be like this. I used to complain about everything. I used to complain about the smallest things too. Like, gosh, it's hard for me to like remember some of these things because I don't necessarily do it anymore. So I'm just trying to remember like times when I've complained about things. Maybe it was like about coworkers, or those are kind of bigger things. Maybe, oh, I would complain about traffic, right? Traffic used to be a big one. I would always complain about traffic because I would sit in traffic and I would complain and complain and complain. And guess what? The traffic got worse. And not necessarily the traffic got worse, but it just seemed worse, and it got worse in my mind. So my experience of it and my perception of it is what got worse. The traffic was the same, but because I was complaining about it, the traffic got worse. So I hope you guys see what that means, the difference. So how often are you complaining? And if you are, just work on being aware of it first, and then start to change and start to not complain. Like, catch yourself and then say, oh wait, I'm not going to complain about that. Oh wait, I'm not going to complain about that. Okay. So just start to work on that. You know, if you are in that realm, because I guarantee 99% of the people complain all the time about the stupidest things. So really think about that and try to not complain. Okay. So that's number 2. So number 1 was, how often are you smiling, right? True smile, real smile, happy smile. And then number 2 is, how often do you complain? So that's the second way that you can start to tell if you're really happy. So the third way is, how much are you giving of yourself and feeling good about it? Okay. So this really goes a lot deeper. So this is past the smile, the outward. This is past the complaining. This really goes into like, how much are you giving of yourself and feeling good about it? Because the more you give and feel good about it, the happier you will be. And what I'm seeing now that I'm kind of like on this other side and I'm able to give and really feel happy about it, I can catch now when I find myself giving and I'm just kind of going through the motions and I'm not really feeling it, right? And I remember, again, you know, in the past, I used to do that. I used to just give of myself all the time. I can tell you right now, I have friends that are longtime friends that I barely talk to anymore. And it's because I realized that I was giving so much of myself to that friendship and they weren't. And now that I don't necessarily give as much, like, I don't talk to them that much, right? And the point being, like, all that time that I was giving, like, there was a point where you feel good about it. You feel good. You're going out of your way. You're doing things for your friend. You're hanging out. You're doing friend stuff. But then it gets to a point where it's like, man, I'm just kind of going through the motions trying to keep this friendship going. And I'm not feeling good about it. Like, I'm not feeling genuinely happy about giving so much to this quote unquote friend. So that's kind of like my experience of it, is kind of through friendships. And now, I mean, I just feel so good when I'm able to give my time and give of my time, give of my services, give of my knowledge, give of my expertise on whatever it is. If I can give, I feel good, and that makes me happy. And if I didn't feel good about it, guaranteed I'm not happy, because I'm just going through the motions. So that's the third way. How much are you giving and actually feeling good about giving? So let's recap. Number 1 is, how often are you smiling? A true, genuine smile that's coming from happiness, right? And you're giving happiness out to who you're smiling at, and that can be yourself in the mirror. Number 2, how much are you complaining throughout your day about the big things and especially the little things? And then number 3, how much are you giving of yourself and feeling good about that giving? So these are the questions that you need to ask yourself so that you can determine if you are truly happy or not. And I'm sure there's a bunch more. I'll probably come up with a bunch more, but I really want to make sure that you guys are just getting this. Okay, now really quickly, I want to take some questions, and I really want to find out how to get to the comments. Maybe I got to go on the YouTube because I'm like in this Hangouts thing, and I should be seeing the comments, but maybe let me jump over here real quick and see if I can see. Let's see. Gosh, I don't know where I can see comments, guys. Oh, man. Okay. See, because I have a comments box up. Oh, from my channel. Yes. Okay. I can see comments right here. That's cool. Okay, got it. All right, Rob, thank you. Okay, I can see. Yes. T is in the house. Christine, it's great to see you. Okay, you think you're at middle happy, right? Definitely. Rob, middle happy, but striving for more. T, slightly on the miserable side. Oh, you're laughing at my comment or at what I said. Okay. I'm hoping you're not on the miserable side. So what questions do you guys have? If you have any questions, let me know and I can answer them for you. If not, then I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I want you to pick up the book, get a copy of Disable Your Disability, disableyourdisability.com. You're going to read the chapter about middle happy. It's right here. And in this chapter, I mean, look, I even have a diagram that talks about middle happy and talks about getting out of middle happy and how to get to 100% happy, because we want to be 100% happy. It is possible to live 100% happy, okay, for the majority of the time. And that's what I want you all to experience, because that's what I'm experiencing and that's what I want to give to you guys. So I hope that this was enjoyable. I hope that you guys will share, you know, once this posts, I believe this will post, share this video, share my YouTube channel. I'm going to be doing lots more live videos, and I'm going to be doing other videos like pre-produced videos that I'm going to be putting up weekly. So please get a copy of the book, share the message, share the website. I really appreciate you joining me today. And with that, let me check one more time and make sure and see if there's any questions happening. Thank you, Christine. Said great video. Rob said my mantra, fake it till I make it. Then before you know it, you're feeling better. You know what, Rob? That is true. If you just put that smile on your face, even if you're not necessarily happy at that moment, you can't help but start to feel better once you put a smile on your face. So that's an awesome way to do it. All right, guys, give me those thumbs up, please, on the video. And thank you for your comments. I will see you tomorrow. I'm going to be back again, 7 p.m. And tomorrow, I'm not sure what I'm going to talk about yet, but I will post it on social and post it in the video description once I set that up. All right, have a great night. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you later. Peace.